Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.
The majority leader of the National Assembly, Kimani Ichungwa, has called for the arrest of City Hall officials who authorized the dumping of waste at Stima Plaza in the impasse pitting Nairobi City County Management and the power utility firm KPLC, terming the acts as out of order.
What we have seen around Stima Plaza, Honorable Speaker, is this a criminal act. And indeed, I was asking myself last night as I watched on TV, where are the police that should be ensuring there is law and order everywhere in the country? The Inspector General of Police must take decisive action. And it must begin with the drivers who drove those trucks there. Because, Honorable Speaker, it should be very easy for the Inspector General of Police through DCI to extract information as to who were the drivers who dumped there. From the drivers to the people who instructed them. Whether it goes all the way up to the governor, it should not matter. Because we should not entertain criminality in the guise of attempting to collect your debts from public institutions, Honorable Speaker. What would happen today, Honorable Speaker? Our constituents, some of them are waiting for bursaries, others are waiting for grade 9 classrooms to be built through NGCDF, and members of parliament are here asking for NGCDF money. What if we decided that everybody now will take the law into their hands and do whatever you want, Honorable Speaker? Are we going to have a country? The City Council of Nairobi owes businessmen and women in this country money in pending bills to the tunes of hundreds of billions. What if the people who are owed by the City County of Nairobi also tomorrow decided to go and dump their garbage outside City Hall?
In a press briefing, Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has said that he did not authorize the dumping of garbage at the Stima Plaza in the debt dispute, amounting to billions of shillings.
Now, in the same way that when you don't pay electricity, Kenya Power disconnects, the county government has remedies under the National Rating Act 2024, which was signed into law by our President, William Ruto, that stipulates actions that can be taken by the county government. Some of these actions include removal of county services and also include, clamping a building. And I think you've seen it before.
The Nairobi County government and the Kenya Power have agreed to end the long-running dispute following a high-level meeting convened by the head of public service, Felix Koskei. The meeting brought together Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja and Energy Cabinet Secretary Julius, who sought to settle commercial disputes between the two entities emanating from over 4.9 billion Kenyan shillings in an unpaid whaley fees owed to the county by the Kenya Power. Sakaja detailed that both parties agreed to end the wrangles and resolve the situation amicably. He noted that the county officials will restore water supply and remove the trucks on the roads.
I'm happy that today we've had a fruitful meeting with the leadership of the Ministry of Energy, led by Cabinet Secretary Opio and I. We had the head of public service, we had Kenya Power Limited, and we had our officers and teams. And we agreed on a number of issues, and a joint statement is going to be issued. The joint statement will clarify the issues that we've agreed upon. The first thing we've resolved is that all hostilities end and issues be sorted out amicably. We have now given instructions to restore water supply to their premises and to remove the trucks that had been blocking access.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And health services are said to be paralyzed across the county tomorrow as the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union has announced that Nairobi County doctors will go on strike from tomorrow over a litany of grievances they say have not been implemented by the health ministry. In a statement, KMPDU said the strike, which will kick off at midnight of Thursday, is due to a series of factors, including illegal salary stoppages and dismissals, chronic salary delays, and stalled promotions, unpaid gratuities, and delayed confirmation letters. According to KMPDU, these factors have significantly incapacitated doctors in the county to effectively deliver quality medical care to patients. The strike comes a week after the Union Secretary General Dav Jetela issued a 30-day strike notice to the Ministry of Health. This as the Health Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza has announced that the ministry is seeking that 3.5 billion Kenya shillings in emergency funding from the National Treasury to sustain critical health programs following the recent decision by the US government to freeze foreign aid. Appearing before the Senate plenary, Baraza revealed that the directive issued by the US President Donald Trump has far-reaching consequences for the health sector. She has warned that several essential health programs, including HIV and AIDS treatment, malaria prevention, vaccines and immunization, nutrition and family planning are at risk due to sudden withdrawal of the US funding. The CS also said that the government is making engagement with the necessary stakeholders to clear the outstanding SHA debt owed to private and faith-based hospitals.
NHIF debt And so what we have done is, together with the Social Health Authority team, is having routine meetings to see how we can have a payment plan for their NHIF debt. We are engaging Treasury, we are engaging various MDs that were involved, for the bill, to ensure that there is payment of that. So our engagement is ongoing. But as you can see, first of all, is that we are paying them on time. While we had talked about 90 days, we are actually paying them within the 30 days. And when you engage them further, the problem is not Social Health Authority. We are ensuring that the payment is done within the time limits. The challenge was on the claims management, which has been addressed currently.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba has suffered a setback after the High Court overturned his recent decision to fire the University of Nairobi Council Chairperson Professor Amukowa Anangwe. In the ruling delivered by Justice Bahati Mamuyer of the High Court, the court ordered the immediate reinstatement of Anangwe as Chairperson of the UN Council and barred Ogamba and the Attorney General from appointing a replacement. Additionally, the judge directed that the orders to Ogamba will be in effect until the case filed by the professor challenging his dismissal be heard. Anangwe had moved to court seeking orders suspending the decision of Ogamba to fire him from the university's council following complaints that had been raised by the University Academic Staff Union WASU.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And the UK's decision to suspend some aid to Rwanda is punitive, authorities in the East African country have said. In a statement, the UK said it was against Rwanda's support for the M23, a rebel group that has captured the swaths of Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo in a deadly uprising. Rwanda used to deny backing the M23, but recently it has adopted a more defensive line, saying fighting near the border between DR Congo and Rwanda is a threat to its security. More than 7,000 people have died and hundreds of thousands have fled their homes since the conflict escalated in January, DR Congo government says.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.